We're back now, and we're ready to cook individually as you would for your guests. So the first thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my wonderful mushrooms and my cabbage, and then I'm going to add the meats that I want to try. So here's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put the cabbage that I want into the broth, okay? I love cabbage, so I want some cabbage. Then I'm going to take and put my shrimp in, okay? And actually I'm going to take it like that. And actually I'm going to do it like this, okay? I'm going to put it on there, and then I'm going to put it on. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our pork, we're going to put it on the skewer, and then we're going to put it over right here. So it's cooking. And it only cooks for a minute. Then you're going to take and put, I've already put mushrooms in mine, and I want to do steak next. So I want to take the steak, a couple pieces of the steak, and put it on the skewer, and put it in there. And they're cooking, as you can see that they're cooking in there. And they only cook for about a minute. All right, now we're going to put our chicken on. And put that on. I'm not as crazy about chicken as about a lot of these other wonderful things that we're cooking. So you just make sure that they're cooking, right? And we're going to watch that, and the camera's going to look in there, and you can see all the wonderful ingredients that we're cooking with. And then what we're going to do after each one of these is cooked for about a minute, we're going to take another plate, which is right here, and we're going to put our cooked items on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put our noodles in, and we're going to have a little bit of soup along with it, because this makes a beautiful soup. And this is the reason why I like Steamboat so much, because all the different ingredients that are cooking in here have been cooking for a while, and all the different vegetables and everything actually blend in to give you a really beautiful, nice soup broth. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to actually get a little bowl for our soup. So just take a break and we'll be right back. We're back on the Chef You and I, and everything is ready to put on my plate and add the noodles to have my broth and my soup. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take each one of our meats that we prepared, and we're going to put them right here. So this is the chicken. And look at how nice that is. So put that there. And then this one is, hold on a second. This is the shrimp. And then we have the pork. And then we have the beef. So you're going to eat a lot more than that, right? So these are the first things that you're going to use. Now what we're going to do, we'll make sure that there's nothing else in there. Here's another shrimp here. Let's make sure. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to add our noodles, some of our noodles to, and these are Chinese noodles, and I'm going to add those to the broth, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to let them just simmer for a few minutes. And then we're going to take the broth and we're going to put it into our, actually into our soup bowl. So here is our wonderful, and then we have our, we're going to have a little bit of this. So we're going to add this to this plate right here, right? And you can have as many things as you want. And then I'm going to put this right here to dip into that. That it's going to taste absolutely wonderful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our noodles are getting done. And then we're going to put our wonderful, wonderful soup into a soup bowl. Okay, so let's do this. Let's move this out of the way. We're going to have this in just a minute. And what we're going to do is we're going to move these away. But you want to keep these out for your guest. And make sure that you have one for each actual piece of meat, okay? So now what we're going to do, since that's cooked enough, we're actually going to take and put our soup in our bowl. So we have our Chinese noodles, and we have our carrots and our cabbage. that's the only thing about this is that we have one of these beautiful, wonderful spaghetti servers. And there's your rice noodles. And just take those like that and put those right there. And you're going to serve this to each person. So you'll have a bowl of soup, beautiful soup, like here. And then you have your beautiful different kinds of meat and stuff like that. So it all depends upon what they would like to have. Maybe they're just chicken people, so they want chicken, or they want pork and shrimp. So you can use a combination of all of the wonderful things that we did in this steamboat. So now we're ready to go to our next dish, which is Thai green chili, shrimp, and kale. We'll be right back on The Chef You and I.